Alright, welcome back to the episode of the Nighttime series. Today we have a very fun video because it is a confession video. And I've only made one of these so far, but it was like such a fun time because you know what? It's just fun to like reveal some secrets that you have about the game. And this one is like a very recent one because it literally just happened today. So yeah, it should be a very fun time. Y'all might not like it though, but honestly, I just had to get it off my chest. I just have to confess to it. And I also want to talk about a video that I have planned for tomorrow because it is about a very exciting character, and I just cannot wait to show you it. So let's not waste any time, let's get into it. So today in my alliance, there's a bit of a change on my defenders, and instead of placing Gallon, I have to place Wiccan now. And I bet my alliance thought that I wouldn't like this, but here's my confession. I was really happy when I saw that change because I could not stand playing Wiccan, man. There is my confession. I feel so uncomfortable when I play Wiccan that it just my heart can't handle it, man. And it feels really bad to say because Wiccan is such a popular character and such a beloved character, but my gosh, if I can't even describe how unsafe I felt in my first couple of wars when I had to bring Wiccan because he's paper, man. He is literally paper, and I feel like I just cannot take a hit with him, right? And for me, I would say that I am a pretty bad player overall. In comparison to other summoners, I think I'm pretty bad overall. So trusting me with a character that squishy is just not a very good idea. And I feel like eventually it would just come back to bite me because like I said, I'm not that good of a player. So Wiccan's paper health pool and negative physical resistance is just not good in my hands, I feel like. So I was really happy to see that Wiccan is now on defense for me, and now Gallon is on attack, so that feels really good because he is a very high health pool character. He has a lot of physical and energy resistance buffs, so there's just a lot I could use him for, and he's just a very safe champion, I feel like. So that's really reassuring. And it's not like I don't like Wiccan. I love Wiccan in content that's not war or battlegrounds, because in general content I feel much safer, right? But when there's pressure, it feels a bit unselling to play Wiccan. But I love his animations. I love the character. I think he's awesome. I would love to use him more in general content, but in war, I just was kind of 50-50. In his right matchups, he's a very fine character to use because he just ends the fight so fast. But when the matchups become more complex, that's when it starts to feel more uncomfortable because his health pool isn't really made for scary fights. I feel I think he's just made for very comfortable fights. But in comparison to other mystics that are similar to him, Rintra, who has almost double his health, I would much rather use a Rintra for those fights. And also I know it's kind of hypocritical for me to say I don't like Wiccan, but I'm using Sorcerer Supreme, but there is a big difference because Sorcerer Supreme, she is a much safer character in my opinion because she has higher base health, she doesn't have as much negative physical resistance, and she has access to regen on block, and that regen on block is just game changing, man. It is so good. I feel so safe with Sorcerer Supreme because I can just block as many hits as I want, and MD just lets you special spam as well, and she has access to power steal too. So there's just a lot going on for Sorcerer Supreme that makes her much more safe than Wiccan in my book. But yeah, I still love Wiccan, I still love the character. I do not regret taking him to rank 4 at all, but I just was kind of relieved to see that he is now on defense for me because I just don't have to bring him into the most competitive content ever. But I will still use him in other pieces of content. He's still one of my favorite characters to use. He's so much fun to play. His animations are awesome, his damage output is pretty nice too. So I'm not hating on the character at all because I still love him. I'm just kind of happy that I don't have to use him in fights that were kind of scary to me, right? So yeah, that's my confession. My last confession was that I was hiding a rank 4 kitty probably for over a year. That one was a bit less serious. That's just kind of for fun. This one though, it was kind of serious because war is pretty important, and having to not have to use him anymore, kind of nice. But also maybe not kind of nice because what if he gets replaced with an attacker that's even less safe? I don't know. There's a lot of unsafe attackers in my book, but there's also a lot of safe ones that I'm using right now, Mole Man and his giant health I love so much. Warlock and his giant health too, perfect. Sorcerer Supreme and her regen on block, perfect. Overseer and his massive health, perfect. There's just a lot of good attackers that I'm using right now that are my style. My style is massive health, some sort of regen ability, and just being super safe. That is how I like to play war. I don't like to play war very dangerously, using very squishy champs to get the fight done fast. I would never use Tigra in my life for Alliance War. That's just me though. I know she's one of the best attackers out there, but I just wouldn't use her for like war. But yeah, just had to get that out of my chest. Get it off my chest actually. And yeah, now let's talk about a video that I have planned. So I'm currently hiding 3 and 4 Smule, and like these are some of my most favorite characters to like ever exist. Like, I'm not even kidding. Some of them I have like a long history with. Others I just like fell in love with recently, and they are just like super cool, man. Like, all of them are super cool. They're all worthy of like pretty major series to like on my channel. So I just cannot wait to like start some series with them. I do have to finish up the Hawkeye and Warlock series though, but they only have like 2 videos left anyway, so it shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't be too hard to accomplish. So yeah, cannot wait to start some new series with like these cool rank 4s. One of them I feel like is just so underrated. Honestly, I feel like they're all underrated. So yeah, like, just be on the lookout for some more underrated character gameplay. A lot of my videos recently has been like with Warlock, who is like definitely not underrated at all. But you know what? I still enjoy making videos about him. I just like making videos about characters who are fun to play, right? And I feel like most of my characters fit that standard. So yeah, just be on the lookout for a pretty cool rank 4 reveal. Hopefully tomorrow if like things go smoothly. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode because it was a confession video and these are pretty fun to make. Like, I just like talking about like some random confessions. I might do this like as a weekly thing. Let me know your thoughts on that. And let me know your thoughts on like my confession today about Wiccan. And please, please, please tell me your confessions because I just love hearing them in the comments. Of course, I like read them. I'll respond to them. And let me know your thoughts on my rank 4 video and who you think it's going to be. And yeah, it's about it for me.